For decades, spirituality and physics have spoken different languages. Ancient traditions described a universal field of memory, a living book of life, where all experience is recorded. Modern physics describes something very different, a quantum vacuum, a zero-point field, a sea of fluctuating energy present even in empty space. These are not the same concept, but they raise an interesting question. If space itself is not empty, if reality at its deepest level is structured by fields and information, then what is the true relationship between consciousness and the fabric of the universe? This is not about proving mysticism. It is about exploring what science actually says, and what it does not. Humanity has long imagined a repository of universal memory, a cosmic archive holding the story of existence. Physics does not confirm such a library, but physics does reveal something remarkable. Reality at its foundation is not solid matter. It is fields. In quantum field theory, every particle is an excitation of an underlying field. Even in a perfect vacuum, at absolute zero, fluctuations remain. This is known as zero-point energy. However, zero-point energy is not a storage device. It is not a conscious field. It is a prediction of quantum mechanics describing unavoidable fluctuations in energy. Today, we will explore three real scientific concepts: the zero-point field, the holographic principle, quantum entanglement, and then carefully examine where metaphor ends and physics begins. In classical physics, empty space was thought to be nothing. Quantum mechanics changed that. Even in empty space, virtual particle-antiparticle pairs appear and disappear. This fluctuation is measurable and has observable consequences, such as the Casimir effect. But here is what must be clear. There is no scientific evidence that the zero-point field stores thoughts, memories, or historical events. It is a fluctuating quantum state, not a recording medium. The idea that every action leaves a permanent imprint in the vacuum is a philosophical interpretation, not a physical theory. Physics describes interactions and conservation laws. It does not describe a cosmic memory archive. The holographic principle emerged from black hole thermodynamics and string theory research. It proposes that the information inside a volume of space may be mathematically described by information encoded on its boundary. This is a theoretical framework used in advanced physics models like ADS, CFT correspondence. It does not mean every atom contains the entire history of the universe. Personal memories are stored holographically in space. The universe is literally a spiritual hologram. The principle is a mathematical description of information density and gravity, not a validation of mystical records. It is powerful, but it is not mystical proof. Quantum entanglement is experimentally verified. Two particles can share a correlated quantum state such that measurement outcomes are statistically linked, even across large distances. But entanglement does not transmit information faster than light. It does not create a psychic network. It does not allow access to universal memory. It demonstrates non-classical correlations in measurement outcomes. That alone is profound, but it does not imply cosmic consciousness. The leap from entangled particles to universal spiritual database is philosophical, not scientific. The brain operates through electrochemical signaling. Changes in brainwave patterns, beta, alpha, theta, reflect shifts in neural synchrony and cognitive state. There is currently no accepted scientific evidence that the brain acts as a quantum receiver of non-local universal information. Some theories, such as OR proposed by Roger Penrose and Stuart Hameroff, explore quantum processes in microtubules, but these remain controversial and unproven. Science has not established that consciousness exists outside the brain. Past life memory is quantum information retrieval. The zero-point field transmits spiritual data. Those ideas belong to metaphysical interpretation. Physics does not confirm the Akashic records. It does not confirm a universal spiritual archive. What it does confirm is something equally awe-inspiring. The universe is structured by fields. Information plays a fundamental role in physical law. Space is dynamic, not empty. Reality at its base is far stranger than classical intuition. Science and spirituality ask different questions. Science asks, what can be measured? Spirituality asks, what can be experienced? Where they overlap is not in proof, but in wonder. The responsible path forward is not to merge them carelessly, but to explore them with clarity, humility, and intellectual honesty. Nothing is still. Nothing is separate in a classical sense. Everything is in dynamic interaction, and that alone is extraordinary. If you want to continue exploring the frontier between physics and philosophy, grounded, rigorous, and open-minded, subscribe and join the conversation. This is not about belief. It is about understanding.